debates, insights, it's on the screen. Curtis Selby keeping it keen. Hit subscribe, stay a while, let's dive in deep with Curtis Selby. The convo's unique. Curtis Selby talking it straight. Let's hear both sides, let's communicate. Politics and reason, let's find the truth. Curtis Selby's here to bridge it for you. Debates, insights, it's all on the screen. Curtis Selby keeping it keen. Hit subscribe, stay a while, let's dive in deep with Curtis Selby. The convo's unique. The convo's unique. The convo's unique.
Well, hello. I hope that y'all can hear me. I can't hear my own stream, but I guess maybe that's okay. As long as you guys can hear it, let me know if you can hear me. It is I, your tired midnight blogger. What blogs in this case at 1:30 sharp p.m. This is the inaugural stream on my new channel, Nothing to See Here Citizen. So it's all new. It's all kind of experimental because according to YouTube, I'm not supposed to be able to stream, but we will endeavor to persevere. And this will be the stream where I will try to be at least vaguely centrist. This is one of the reasons why I picked Oklahoma as a topic, because I really don't have a dog in many of the fights that are politically motivated in Oklahoma. I've gone from being strongly anti-establishment to being, yeah, we have people in government. Look at them. So I'm going to say hello to the people in the chat. The StreamYard is not letting me see the comments. I have to go to YouTube itself, so I won't be able to highlight you. But I see that Gorilla's Censored Thoughts, you have the honor of being the very first commentator, although I don't find you to be so very common, and I love taters, on a Nothing to See Here Citizen podcast. Da, 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 da. All right, let's go ahead and begin. I have stuff. Yes, I do. I have stuff to share. Am I smart enough to do it? Let's find out. We want a personality to I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, let's share the entire screen. I don't think I'm going to be sharing anything embarrassing. I really wish that this program would just go away, but it doesn't. No, it does not. It doesn't. So let's go to, I guess I'm sharing from here. I promise I've done a little bit of prep here. The first thing I wanted to talk about is what's top of the news in Oklahoma. I'm going to be stealing from KOCO News severe weather forecast for Oklahoma. I believe, Gorillas, that you've been having some severe weather. Let me know if you can hear this. Oh, wow. Yes, I can hear it. It went from nothing to blaring in my ear. Just so you know, I am between Enid and Stillwater, south of Ponca City. If you're going to play in Texas, you got to have hail in the band. Oh, this is an old thing. Well, I'm embarrassed because I know that there's a storm warning going on today. Today, there is storm warning. So let's see if I'm smart enough to get this open. Probably not. Nope, this is Coppers, not going to get me. Dang it, where's it at? Severe tracking. This was 11 hours ago. 15 hours ago. 15 hours ago. Evidently, in Oklahoma, we don't update our YouTube channels more than 15 hours away. Here it goes. 4 hours ago. Let's see what this has to say. He's got good hair and crazy eyes. 50% or 60. It's 136 over here. So there it is. There's about a 56% chance, 57% chance of hail in Oklahoma. So keep your cars covered. I know I keep mine covered. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. Doggone blankety blank, StreamYard blankety blank. All right. Stop sharing because that's annoying. It's very annoying. Present. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Gorilla, sense your thoughts. If it's not volleyball-sized hail and 110 straight line winds, then it's not a severe storm. I concur. Indeed. Either that or, I don't know. I would back down a little. I would say it's got to be at least 100 mile per hour winds. And I would go down to like volleyball sized. I would say maybe more like softball size. So like 4 or 5 inches, 4 or 5 inch hail. Then it's a storm. And it's a storm. So anyway, don't walk too far today. Don't go too far. Stay close to home. Maybe stay indoors. Don't let the hail fall on your head. Hailstorms keep falling on my head, and that means my face will soon be turning blood red. Storms are not for me, no. Hailstorms keep falling on my head. They keep falling. Okay, let's do an advertisement. Yes, I still do advertisements for those poor, sad people who actually pay me, those suckers, for my services. They haven't got much out of their money this last week. My apologies. We have Canada's Canines at Whiskey Flats. He's also putting on more stuff on his videos, so check out his videos about his adorable puppies and his toy train sets in his front yard. They're pretty spiffy keen. Here we have them, those adorable spaniels. They breed Great Danes and Cavalier King Charles Spaniels. I don't think they've ever bred the two of them together, though, because that would just not be cool. The puppies come with AKC regs and vet records. Look at these things. Look at the puppies. Look at that puppy. Oh, it's so cute. These are not puppy mills. These are wonderful, loving people. And, well, anyway, they're just wonderful, loving people. This is not Seamus. Seamus was, this is Hamish. This is Hamish the Great. He's a big old Great Dane. He's just a puppy, but he's already pretty ginormous, but he's a big ball of love. Look at these puppies. Look at those tails. How can you not love those puppies? I got to tell you, I may have to get me one of these if I ever get enough on my feet. Look at the puppy. Look at the puppy. And since I'm just silly, I'm also going to play, or going to try to play, YouTube Canada, come on. I may just have to go here. Yes, it's beautiful music, but I don't want to get a YouTube strike, even though it should be out of whatchamacallit. Here we go. Whiskey Flats. I won't play the whole thing. Hopefully Gary won't YouTube strike me, but just in case, I'll only play about 50 seconds. Here, let's jump ahead. This I picked the boring one. Oh, here we go. Look at that. Oh, wait, it's a train. Sorry. I think I'm going to hit the tree. No, I'm not. Ha ha. Psych. Tree. There you go. So if you don't have the money to buy a puppy, maybe just check out his videos. He's got 22 subscribers. And, you know, if he just stays consistent and keeps making train videos and puppy videos, that's what I really want is a puppy video. Let's take a look and see a puppy video. Puppies. Where are the puppies? Where are the puppies? I want the puppies. Puppies. Here we go. Look at this. Look at this. YouTube sucks. There's only 9 views on this. You tell me why. This only has 9 views. Oh, I got to be careful. I'll get a YouTube strike with that music. Let me mute this. Look at those puppies. And the music is pretty cool too. I just can't play it. Look at the puppies. It's weird to me. You can get a YouTube strike on a long form video, but you don't get one on a short. I'm glad that you don't get one on the short. It just baffles me. Anyway, there they are. Canada's canines. And yeah, let's get back to the site so that you can see maybe how to get in touch with them. That would be helpful. We have, well, it was just showing over and over it the other day. The internet is so painfully irritating sometimes. Yes, here it is. They can be reached at 580-628-1674. That number again, 580-628-1674. You could have that nose in your face. Think about it. Just think about it. And they can be reached at Sonia, like Red Sonja, Canada, SONJACANADAY. Yes, his wife is like Red Sonja, and Gary himself is like Conan. But they have better manners. Sonia Canada at yahoo.com. So tell them the Tired Blogger sent you, and who knows, maybe they'll give you some extra treats or something to go along with a puppy. I don't know. It's his business. I'll let him run it how he wants to. Okay, let's check the chat again. Can we check the chat again? All right. Gorilla Sensor Thoughts. You don't know loud noises until you're in a machine shed with baseball-sized hail. Not wrong. Not, sadly, at all wrong. So this happened in Oklahoma as well. I'm only going to play maybe 45 seconds of the KOCO news coverage of it. Rachel Maddow, look at that sad face. I know I'm trying to be centrist, but look at that sad face as she gives this grim news about Orange Man over here, about whom on this channel I have no opinion whatsoever. But if you want to know my opinion, you can go to my other Shadow Band channel and hear all kinds of stuff. But let's play Get the Facts. Oklahoma home raided by ICE is owned by human smuggling suspect. That's a nice house. Maybe I should get myself smuggled into the United States. All right, let's see the the other side. ICE raids wrong home, takes life savings, then leaves, and AOC flips. Anyway, that would I'm not going to talk about AOC. Let's listen to a little bit of. I can't stand it. I'm sorry. I know I'm supposed to keep my opinion out of it, but I don't think I can take Rachel Maddow's voice right now. Let's instead play this. This was the local coverage. Because, you know, none of us has ever been treated by a criminal by any official capacity in law enforcement ever. Never happens. Yes. So there it is. They happened to rent a home that had recently been owned by a human trafficking organization, allegedly. And it had recently been sold to somebody else. And evidently, ICE, I don't know all the details, but whether ICE just didn't care, didn't update, I don't know. But they were raided. So there it is. I am being messaged on Facebook. Yay. I don't want to be messaged on Facebook when I'm streaming. Why do people do these things? Because they hate me. That's why. That's why. All right, let's go to an advertisement. The Tonkawa General Hardware. They make hydraulic hoses. Here you can see, maybe, just a tiny, tiny picture of the guy who runs the store, owns the store. He is Kyle Hale. He's good people. He sells me some great dog treats, good tools, gives me good advice on stuff to go to. And he's right across the street from the Baker stable. So there it is. Let's see if I'm smart enough to get the information up. Information. It is at 119 East Grand Avenue in Tonkawa, Oklahoma. Their phone number is 580-370-9306. Unlike your tired blogger, he actually knows his stuff about tools and repairing things and building things and all kinds of manly type stuff. He's so macho that Chuck Norris looks, well, he only looks slightly down on him, not as far down as other people. But yes, they are indeed good people at 119 East Grand Avenue, right across from the bakery. And they can be reached at 580-370-9306. Tell them that the tired blogger sent you, and they'll probably stare at you in befuddlement, but tell them that Cassie sent you, and who knows? It's their business. They'll run it, but they will definitely warm up to you because Cassie is just amazing. And if you didn't notice, Cassie is the one in the new logo. All right, let's see if anybody is talking in the chat. Talking in the chat. All righty. Gorilla Sensor Thoughts. The smuggled don't have the house. The smuggler does. And he says he can't hear it. Oh, well, okay. So I'll just explain the details. Essentially, long and the short, some naturalized citizens from Maryland, I suspect of some kind of Hispanic origin. That's not what matters, but it may have, maybe I shouldn't speculate, but it could have had some part in them not listening to them when they were raided. ICE has been looking at a human trafficking smuggling operation in Oklahoma for some years. So this was before Trump was when the investigation was begun. They established that some mules were allegedly renting that house, that the smugglers allegedly owned the house. The house was allegedly often used to keep the smuggled people around for a bit before they went wherever the heck they went, doing whatever the heck they do. But recently, the smuggling organization sold the house, possibly to a legitimate person. I don't know. I'm not suggesting that the person is part of anything. I'm just saying that seems to be what's being reported. And the people who were renting the house had, again, allegedly nothing to do with any of the nefarious stuff. They were very scared. I'm sure it would be very scary. I'm really not meaning to make light of it because I would be scared to death, I'm sure, if ICE agents broke down my door and took my computer and laptop and whatever and left me with nothing. We have in the chat, hey, we're growing by leaps and bounds. Accounting Sheep is here saying, ahoy, Mr. Arcotes. And something about a rented mule. Well, you know, we all try to rent our mules. Hold on. Let's see how good StreamYard will react. Probably not. Because I will show you if I can. Hey, where'd you go? Cassie, where the heck did you go? There she is. Okay. She's trying to hide from me. Here she is. There she is. There's my love. She loves to go to the hardware store. Yes. They give her treats and they give her pets. You're a good girl. And so she's on the logo of the new channel. All righty then, let's move on to a little more localish news. I really don't like the way this is working, but I have to begin where we begin, and we endeavor to persevere. Live streaming. Here we go. Let's see if this will work. Probably not. All right. ODWC Fishing Report, May 14, sponsored by Josh Short Plumbing and Remodeling. This from the K News Cow. Your nose for news in K County. Not to be confused with Accounting Sheep, where we get bah. Caw Lake, May 12, elevation is 2 feet above normal, which means it's falling. Water temperature 68 degrees Fahrenheit and stained. Black and white crappie, good on jigs, live bait, minnows, plastic baits, tube jigs around brush structure, docks, riprap, rocks, shallows, shorelines, standing timber. Blue channel and flathead catfish, good on crawfish, cat bait, goldfish, live bait, live shad, sunfish, worms around flats, main lake, riprap, and rocks. Striped hybrid bass, white bass, good on crankbaits. Grubs, hair jigs, jerk baits, which I will not comment on. Jigs, live shad, sassy shad, spoons, top water lures around below the dam, creek channels, main lake. Report submitted by Spencer Grace, who doesn't like to use adjectives. Game warden stationed in K County. To be fair, he's game warden, not a writer. He still did a better job than explaining it than CNN would have. Sooner Lake, May 12, elevation is 1 foot above normal, meaning it's also falling. We got all this rain lately, and all the water levels are falling. Water temperature 69 degrees Fahrenheit and stained. Largemouth bass, fair on jerk baits, plastic baits around flats, weed beds, striped bass, white bass, fair on jigs, live shad, minnows around discharge, riprap. Blue and channel catfish, good on cut bait, punch bait, stink bait, sunfish around coves, flats. Report submitted by Stephen Paul, game warden, station in Noble County. Birch Lake, May 11, elevation is 2 feet above normal. They seem to all be falling. Well, okay, except for bell cow. Water temperature 70 degrees Fahrenheit and murky. Largemouth and spotted bass, good on minnows, spinnerbaits around coves and shallows. Striped hybrid bass, fair on crankbaits. Shad around coves, points, black and white crappie, fair on minnows around brush structure. Report submitted by Jeremy Bursch, game warden stationed in Osage County. Skiatook Lake, which used to be on one of my sales routes. May 11, elevation is 2 feet above normal. It's falling. Water temperature 70 degrees Fahrenheit and murky. Smallmouth and spotted bass, good on spinnerbaits, worms around coves, shallows. Striped hybrid bass, good on shad around points. Report submitted by Jeremy Bursch, game warden stationed in Osage County. Bell Cow Lake, May 11, elevation is normal, meaning it's stable. Stability at last. Water temperature 62 degrees and murky. Largemouth bass, good on crankbaits, plastic baits, small lures, spinnerbaits around brush structure, riprap, shallows, and shorelines. Black and white crappie, fair on jigs, minnows around brush structure, docks, shorelines. Channel catfish, good on sunfish, worms around brush structure, shorelines. Report submitted by Jacob Harriet, game warden stationed in Lincoln County. I remember my dad made sure to stock up really heavy on channel cat for the pond that he dug on our farm. Lake Carl Blackwell, May 11, elevation is 1.5 feet below normal, which means it's rising. Ooh, Carl Blackwell, you're losing water. That's not good because you're below normal and yet it's rising. Water temperature 67 degrees Fahrenheit and murky. Black and white crappie, slow on hair jigs, minnows around brush structure, docks, riprap, and rocks. Striped hybrid bass, sawguy, slow on crankbaits, jerk baits, jigs, spinnerbaits around main lake. Points, riprap, rocks, and shoreline. Blue and channel catfish, slow on cut bait. Live bait around channels, main lake points, shorelines, comments. The lake has come up fast and the fishing has slowed down. Report submitted by Vince Massis III, Game Warden Extraordinaire stationed in Logan County. I'll just read one more. Chandler, not to be confused with Chandler Bing, but I'm pretty sure they did get the name from it because one of the writers did live in Tulsa for a while. Male level elevation is normal, meaning stable, unlike Chandler Bing. Water temperature, 63 degrees Fahrenheit and stain. Channel catfish, good on cut bait, sunfish, worms around the dam and docks. Black and white crappie, good on jigs, minnows around brush structure, dam and docks. Largemouth bass, fair on buzz baits, plastic baits, spinner baits around brush structure and rocks. Report submitted by Jacob Harriet, Game Warden stationed in Lincoln County. So there is the fishing report. Let's see if there's anything else I want to read to you guys. Don't want to read the jail bookings. I don't need anyone showing up at my doorstep talking about jail bookings. Let's do this one. K County Treasurer's annual tax resale set for June the 9th. This is out of Newkirk. The K County Treasurer's Office will conduct the annual tax resale beginning at 9 a.m. on June 9th at the K County Administration Building, 219 South Main in Newkirk. Treasurer Rhonda, help me, Rhonda, help me, Rhonda. Rhonda Stevens said that the sale is for property that is being sold for several years of a delinquent tax as required by state statute title 68, section 3129. The property will be sold to the highest bidder for cash only, which means I'm right out because I can't come up with even $10,000 or $20,000 of cash. All property must be sold for the sum not less than 2/3 of the assessed value of such real estate plus the cost due, or for the amount of tax penalties, interest, and costs due on such property, whichever is the lesser amount. Oh, indeed. Well, maybe we can find something. I don't know. But if you're into that flipping thing, or you're thinking about investing in real estate, this is probably not a bad place to go. The property is transferred by treasurer's deed. The treasurer requests that each recipient bring proper identification for the recording of the deed. The real estate is being sold in as-is condition, so be aware of that, without any warranty either expressed or implied as to the nature, condition, or description of the property. The treasurer's office has done extensive research and notification of these properties and will provide information to prospective buyers. Buyers, however, shall rely entirely on their own information, judgment, and inspection of the property and records. A list of the available properties may be obtained online at kcounty.org, or a list may be purchased at the treasurer's office. This list will include addresses or the approximate addresses of vacant lots for these properties. After obtaining the list, persons interested in these properties may contact the treasurer's office for more information as to addresses or locations of said properties. The office is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until noon and 12:30 to 4:30 p.m. The treasurer's office phone number is 580-362-2523, or you can reach Stevens at email at rstevens, spelled with a PH, rstevens at courthouse.k.ok.us. Tell them the Tired Blogger sent you, and you will probably get a speeding ticket for irritating the treasurer. All right, let's read one more. Oh, I don't know if I want to read that one. I'm going to try and keep this one somewhat light. Let's read this one. Bill co-authored by Senator Bill Coleman that cuts red tape for child care fatalities becomes law. This out of Oklahoma City, House Bill 1847, authored by Representative Suzanne Schreiber, Democrat of Tulsa, and Senator Bill Coleman, Republican of Ponca City, became law. The new law exempts at-home child care centers from unnecessary regulations, saving our small home child care's money and time that will both be reinvested in the business of taking care of families. Oklahoma is facing a child care shortage crisis, from lack of centers themselves to staffing. This bill aims to reduce the number of obstacles at-home child care owners face, which will benefit small business owners and Oklahoma's families. Specifically, this law removes the requirement for at-home child care centers to install costly sprinkler systems. This is Senator Bill Coleman of Ponca City. This law is such a relief for child cares. We are small businesses and we don't like overregulation any more than anyone else does. Not having to worry about this unnecessary cost lets us focus on our business and taking care of babies. We've worked on getting this done for a few years and are thankful to Representative Schreiber and her colleagues for supporting our industry and the families we take care of, Jackie Evans said, home child care owner in Tulsa. Child care is such a critical piece of our economic ecosystem. I have been working for the past few sessions to support the key industry for our families, our workforce, and our employers. With the help of my colleagues, Representative Ron Stewart, District Democrat of Tulsa, and Representative Jonathan Wilk, Republican of Goldsby, the state fire marshal, local fire departments, and other stakeholders, we are able to find solutions that get rid of costly, unnecessary regulations and keep our kids safe and support our small business owners. I get making big businesses have sprinklers in their systems, but if you have a at-home business, and well, I mean, I don't know enough about that business, but if you only get, say, 5 kids that you're taking care of, you probably can't afford to do a sprinkler system, meaning you're probably out of business. I know there's 2 sides to every issue. I'm just saying I get it. So, all right, let's see if there's anything going on in the chat. This is going to take some getting used to. Hey. Accounting sheep, if they publish this, won't the fish just go somewhere else? Fish can read too, you know. Accounting sheep, you're silly. That's okay. I'm going to do some advertising for another one of my paid people. This is Connie Cleary. She is one of my patrons on Patreon, one of my paid subscribers, wonderful human being. She makes these just adorable videos with all these birds and all the music and stuff. I'm trying to think if I want to play any of these. If this one doesn't have any music, I'll play this. Maybe a minute or so of this. Look at that. The bird is giving Connie kisses. And look at this. Miss Kelly the Labrador. Look at that dog. Oh, what was that? Look at that dog. Look at that dog. Doggy, 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 doggy. Doggy, 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 doggy. Of course, she also has the channel Fluff Chick Productions. No Fluff Chick. Productions. Why don't you call my name? There it is. No, there's not. Here it is. Fluff Chick Productions. Look at that. Look at that. You got a bird. She's doing stuff. She's on Sci-Fi Mommy Studios playing the Orville. She's on the other side of midnight. She's all over the place for your convenience. Here, I love this video. I'm going to play this one. I hope she doesn't strike me for this. Don't strike me, Connie. She takes this pumpkin and then she does all this crafty stuff, and she made a big giant eyeball out of it for Halloween. Look at that. It's like a beholder or something out of D&D. It's just cool. And she also is one of the major wrenches in the community, and she's very supportive of Dino's channel. Let me see if I can find any of his stuff real quick. Probably not, because that would be like cool. Detective mixed. There we go. Let's see if this pops anything up. I think this is it. Yep. Looks like this is it. The late horror shows. I think these are the ones that she moderates for. Detective mixed bag. 2 fedoras and a funeral. Let's go to the channel. That'll tell me whether I'm on the right place or not. The X-Files podcast. Thank you, channel members. If this isn't the right one, it's an awfully cool place. Just saying. 319,000 subscribers. So if you're thinking, oh, Connie Cleary's only got a few subscribers, she's just small potatoes. No, she's not. She works with some big high rollers. So check them out. Tell them the Tired Blogger sent you. She'll know what you're talking about. They may not. That's okay. All right. Hey, where are we at? We've got chat going on. Gorilla-Sense Thoughts saying hello. What? You were expecting me to have relevant commentary on the fishing 1,500 miles from me? Yes! Yes, Accounting Sheep, you must have relevant commentary. I'm scaring my dog. She doesn't like that. Okay. I am now going to do something for the paid members of my Patreon. I've been trying to rewrite. I had written a first draft of a novel, and then life happened, screwed up things happened, my computer crashed, so most of it got lost. So I've been trying to rewrite that for my Patreon members. Hopefully this isn't taking value away from them, but I thought I would end this segment by reading the rewriting. It is very rough, so I don't blame you if you think it's kind of dull, but I'll never get anywhere if I don't keep working on it. So here we are on the Patreon page. This is what the paid members get to see. This is what Gary, Connie, and John Ponterero get to see. I haven't had the courage to ask anyone but Gary what they thought. Gary hadn't read it at the time. So who knows? Maybe he's just trying to let me down easily. I don't know. Writing is hard. I've at one time had a rough draft to the first novel. I intended for it to be a trilogy. The first novel will be entitled Forging the Chain, because there's like Forging the Chain, Bearing the Chain, and Breaking the Chain. Those were going to be the titles. So much of it has been lost. I had an image. I don't know if you guys were able to see it, because Patreon doesn't work the way I think it should. Yeah, this is an AI generated image of one of the characters. His name is Eric Brethunson. He's a spiffy dude. He's one of the last of the Vikings. So let's see if I can get in here. It's going to be really ironic if I can't get into my own post. Oh, and let's see if this works. Yes, this was some stuff I downloaded. It's not my artwork, so don't be impressed. But I downloaded it for writing inspiration at the time. You can see here, February 15 of 2017. That's how long it's been since I worked on this stuff. These are images of how I imagine this guy looking. This is him confronting a bad guy. And then some quotes that were inspiring me to write about him. This is a quote from Neil Gaiman's Norse mythology: myths of a people who did not entirely trust or even like their gods, although they respected them and feared them. Eric's darkest thought: I fought so hard only to end up empty-handed. And a quote from John Greenleaf Whittier, which to me sums up what I'm trying to get out of the whole trilogy. Shall we light the fires of hell to weld anew the chain on that red anvil where each blow is pain? All right, now can I actually get the writing to show up? Let's see if that'll go on here or not. Probably not. It's probably going to want me to be a member, and I'm the creator. Isn't that awesome? Ha ha. I love Patreon. Yes, I'm the creator, you big jerks. Bloop, 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 bloop. Here we go. I'll act like I'm editing the post. Ha ha ha. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Winds whipped cold on the bleak beach, but Eric Brothenson stood tall and unbowed by the punishing gale. He was peering over the side of the ship, taking in the target. They were going to sack a monastery. Eric was the lord in charge of the fleet of deadly Viking Drakkar. In a later time, he might be called an admiral. He towered 6'8", was 350 pounds of knotted muscle. His thick, long red hair waved in the wind, and his eyes blazed. He grinned at his men from behind a bristling red beard. The wolves have found a fat sheep, left all alone by the herd of Christian sheep. We came here to take food, gold, maybe a captive or two if we find a man who might work, or a woman that might bear a strong son. Pray to Thor and Odin that we show them the weakness of their foolish Christ. Look to your blades. Dawn is breaking, so we must assail soon. Atlaka! The men bustled about, the ship silently sliding along the cold water. His would be the first ship. As the leader, he must take the worst of the risk and thus earn the best of the reward. Other ships would follow, but if his ship failed to surprise, if his crew failed or fled, the others would likely either take the monastery and thus the loot themselves, leaving Eric with nothing, or worse, if they saw him as a coward, he might be tortured and killed as a warning to other cowards. Eric had no fear of that. He loved fighting. He loved killing. And he loved giving his wife gold from the far-off lands he raided. The raiding party met no persons till they came to the well, just outside the monastery walls. The sleepy young priest was drawing water, his back to the sea. He turned to see dozens of demons, of howling wolves that howled as he spilt the water on the cold stone path at his feet. Jesus! Was all he got out before Eric slashed off his head. So that's the first page. And then the second page, somewhere on here. Writing is hard, writing is hard, writing is hard. Curtis is silly, Curtis is silly, Curtis is silly. And then we have sacking the monastery I generated. Hopefully the image will open. I generated an AI image for this as well. This is not a very well made picture of Eric, but mainly I wanted to show a scene that I'm about to share. What do you think about that? Look at that. That's scary stuff. It looks like a man bear is coming to kill you. All right. Let's edit, since I evidently can't look at it because I'm not a paid member. I'm just a creator. Thank you, Patreon. And I wonder if you guys can actually see this. Let me look at, yes, looks like you can. Yes, looks like you can. My dog is snoring. I envy her so much. We shall endeavor to persevere. Sacking The monastery. It seemed this would be an easy assault. Boring, even. Eric actually didn't enjoy sacking monasteries because of that, but the winter was hard. And yes, I know, I just contradicted what I said in the previous page. Anyway, that's what editing's for. But the winter was hard, and while his family was okay, there were some in the village that were having some trouble finding food. Charity would be insulting to them. They were his people. So to take care of them, he had chosen this to get some extra food and some gold to help them out. Of course, he would get the lion's share, but as nephew to the king, he would share out the lion's share of his share. Ha ha! Repetitiveness, yet redundant. Thinking too much. Less thinking, more fighting. His crew cleared the walls. A few guards, but not many, and not very brave or well trained. No boiling oil, just a few arrows. Hrothgar, Odinson, Thorvald, Egilson fell dead to the ground. Gorm, Bo, and Siegfried were hit, but kept going. Eric didn't take weaklings on Vikinger. 7 men, including the wounded, stayed on the wall. 3 tended to the wounded. Nuch dropped the ropes to the next crew, already gathering at the wall so they could come over. Eric's spies had told him there were maybe 80 monks, perhaps 30 guards. They had taken about a third of the guards out already, along with the monk at the well. Looking down, Eric could see the remaining guards. More than expected, maybe 30 or 40. Didn't matter. He had 8 ships without reinforcements. Everyone here would be at his mercy by Hadugi. The midday meal would be supplied by the monks. Eric led his men down the stairs. Guards were stumbling from their quarters, putting on clothes. Some few had swords, axes, or hammers. Most were only half awake. Eric let out the scream of Ilah, and without hesitation, the Vikings started slaughtering guards. A dozen fell with barely any resistance. A third scattered, trying to make it to a gate. A third backed up. What I mean by that, this is badly written, sorry. A third of the guards scattered, trying to make it to the gate. The remaining third backed up to the guards' quarters, and the few that remained put up a pathetic resistance till they heard the howl of the berserkers. 8 men in bear skins, howling, running, weapons out to kill anyone in their way. Eric's men formed 2 flanks, 10 each, and the berserkers came right down the middle, led by Stian Sigfridsson, wearing only a bear skin and wielding only a lit torch. Screaming in no tongue known to man, he sank the burning torch into the eye of the leader of the resistance. Eric didn't look, but he could not shut out the screaming of the brave men who tried to lead the resistance. Every guard at this point was turning their back to flee, and the berserkers made short, grisly work of them. The foolish guards that opened the gates to flee were, mostly, met by the third crew, who had crept quietly around the back. None of the Saxons made it out alive in that direction. All that remained were the guards that were hiding in the barracks and the monks. About time they came out to meet their maker. So I don't know what you think of that. I had fun writing it. I don't know if you had fun listening to it. That is the beginning. Will he take the monastery? Is it going to be as easy as he thinks? Where is this going? What is the crazy goofiness, the collision with wackiness that your tired blogger has in store? You must find out by becoming a paid Patreon member. Haha. Or you can just wait and eventually I'll cave in and read it somewhere because, I'm a big dork. But anyway, there it is. All right. How long have we been streaming? Almost an hour. I'm going to call it a stream. I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe you did. Maybe you didn't. Please let me know. Any constructive criticism is always welcome. To anyone who tells me I'm just a big dodo head, well, while it's true, I probably won't respond very kindly. So, let us see if StreamYard will do the soft music that I'll give at the ending. I'll take down this stuff, maybe. Doobie 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 doo. Kind of fun to listen to. Doobie 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 doo. Doobie doo. Yeah, that's a video I'm editing. I really don't need to be showing you that. I mean, it's not that it's embarrassing, it's just pointless. Stop sharing! Well, because after all, I'm still getting the hang of having to stream in a different way. Not many people showed up, and that's okay. I am grateful for those who did. Again, I can't highlight your names. Thank you, StreamYard and YouTube, for being confusing. But we had Gorilla Censor Thoughts. Kapla, hail to him. Please check out Gorilla Censor Thoughts. He is the person who came up with the music that I play at the beginning. I'm glad you guys could hear it. For some reason, either YouTube or StreamYard didn't let me hear it. And also we have Accounting Sheep, another amazing creator here. Gorilla Censor Thoughts does watch parties, he does the Gar Lounge, live streams, birthday celebrations for his friends. He's good people. Check him out. But Accounting Sheep is also good people. I don't think you've done any live streams. Let me know if you have. But he does some amazing stuff with music. He is working on a project that I bite my tongue because I don't know if he wants me to share out what he's doing, but it's amazing, in my humble opinion. I haven't been on Discord for a while. I'm kind of avoiding people. So I don't know if you've made progress on it or not. No live streams. And eek! Harmful content! Yeah, you're probably right. They'll probably flag my book as harmful content. And Gorilla Censor Thoughts has a new stream called The Ashtray Republic, where we play Rome Total War. Oh, that sounds so cool. Well, I haven't thought of anything clever to say at the ending of these streams. I guess for now I'll just say, if you're in northern Oklahoma, I hope that these are interesting to you and maybe informative somewhat. If you're not in northern Oklahoma, I hope that it gives you a slight taste of what it's like to live here, the good, the bad, the indifferent, the ugly. And whether you live in Oklahoma or not, Cassie is the best dog ever, and she loves you, and not being able to get treats from you is rough. So I hope you all have a wonderful Sunday, and hopefully I will see you later. Oh, one last thing. I'm going to be on deleted scenes, reserved seats tonight, which means I'm probably going to try to rest up because I will be up at least a little bit past midnight. And that is actually kind of hard on me, but well worth it because deleted scenes, Stephen is good people. So, all right. I love you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. Huzzah! We shall end the stream.